Good morning. This is a week in review for mini pots, and I have my camera set a little bit closer to the uh, table, my work area, than normally. So forgive me for a few seconds while I. So I mentioned that I picked up the Fanatic. Um, what is it? Black and Grays Plus, which has the what is this one? John Blanche Ironclad Gray. And I really like that. I like this whole series. And I have been, it's nice, you can do a simple shading. This is the Black Dog or Dark Wolf mini from North Star, magnetized. And he's exclusively been painted through them. I did get done some of the deserters, army deserters, and I tried to do some variation in the dress and without being too, you could tell that they're all part of a cohesive force. And I have the entire set of them done. I was reading someplace about I'm happy with them. I just, on this guy, I need a base and rim in black. I'll get that done today. And I've been using the Sprudude Night Forest mix, and I'm enjoying it. It does what I was sort of hoping, and so what it's told me is I need to do a mix of some different grasses and different textures, and don't be afraid of throwing in some twigs and other stuff in there. And that has been nice. I did get a new tool. This is the basing tool and you can see I've been using it, by AK Interactive. One of my kids snuck off with my existing one, so I'm not real happy with them about that, but I couldn't figure out where it will show up. That's the one thing I can say. It will show up. It may be thrown at me or something like that, used to stab one of them in the backs as they are fighting, but and I'm being sarcastic. So if you are in any way, shape, or form reading those comments as realism, there is a little bit of truth. We have some ADHD in the house, in case you didn't get the hint, from what you see me working on, um, and being all over the place. But hang on for a second. Sorry about that. I had a cough, and I should have figured out how to just mute the. But anyway, I paused the screen, so if everything went still, you probably didn't even notice. Been using the golden maple brushes. I got 2 sets of them. I've been happy with them, and it was this set. I think there's 10 brushes. Yes, and almost exclusively this week to see how they worked out, and been able to. I had some of the shades get up near the ferrule of the big brush, and I'm not sure. And the little tiny brush, I did have to use that one. I had a similar thing there, but that's probably more than likely user error. That is just me being honest and candid with you guys about it. But and I do a lot. This is something one of the kids with ADHD broke, so I've got to figure out how to pin it there. But anyway, you have projects like this probably too, or you may just go out and buy a new one. Uh, been doing something different. I've been trying out painting with a sponge. So I will fill my little well, and I will dip the paint in it with tweezers and apply it to the miniature. And after I've done a base coat of something, um, he's going to be primarily brown, and then I'll do base coat of highlights up to, and then I'll brush paint the uh, mouth and teeth and eyes. And this is another North Star Mini. I don't know if I had these done last week. I think I did. I think that was the last set of guys I did. Uh, did get my hobgoblins magnetized, and I just am waiting. Why are they still here? Because I need to varnish. Was nice yesterday, and I did prime some guys, and I'd primed them before, but they were tacky, and I put them in something, and the little gremlins by Reaper, and I did not realize that they were pre-primed. Had I known that, I would have tried to wash the primer off and then do my own thing. Put them in a bin where they had stuff stuck all to them. I got them cleaned up and got them stuck to these bases. I need to magnetize these bases. These are 20 millimeter bases. I found them on Amazon. If you are interested, I will try to share that type of stuff. Like them. They're thick enough where you can drill a little bit in the center and put a 3 millimeter by 1 magnet, which does enough to keep them at the bottom of the case. And I did 8 of those guys, and just in case, I know the doubters are there, so here's 3 of them, 3 more of them, different ones, and I enjoyed that. Enjoy Reaper, and don't always like the detail. Wish it was a little bit more. Then sometimes I'm like, hey, this is killer. I picked up their stitched mini and enjoyed that. So organization, I have been using really useful boxes, and I magnetize the bottom and I put magnets, and that helps, but it doesn't help keep track of projects. And if you could see the room I'm in now, you would see mounds of stuff. And no, I'm not going to do a tour, not at this stage. What will, and I've have a bin where I'm things that I've scavenged from broken kids' toys and stuff like that that I might use in kit bashes. I've been setting aside, and some other things. And those work really well. But keeping track of projects, I was writing stuff down, and that worked well until I forgot to, and and then it doesn't work. And so then I go back and you try to recreate, and then it works fine for a little bit longer, then it doesn't work. But that's a different thing. I have recorded a flip through, and I'll be doing another recording. I'm going to try to get them up. I was going to get them up this week, but I'm going to have another, I almost said cough or sneeze, but I'm not sure. Try to get them up this week, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I've been sort of clearing the palette. I've had these guys lingering, and there's a couple games that are out that I think I could use these guys in. And my wife picked me up a couple 3 Christmases ago, 2, and I got it as a late Christmas, early birthday present of the Silver Bayonets. I forget which one. It must have been Canada. And I have the polar bear, and I just dry brushed him, but he's not completed. I need to do. I'll probably do the Citadel white, and then add some yellows and browns on the underside, and then brush paint. But I won't be doing the spongy stuff on him. Then we have the standing bear, which is sort of a werebear proxy for them. The Wendigo, I picked up the Super Dark Black by, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't catch it in time. By Green Stuff World. And so I did that, and I was thinking black and white on him and grays, and maybe do some hints of color with his antlers, since after all he is a undead guy. Ghost figure, I liked how I did the noble Norman Knights undead, and so I'm probably going to do something similar to him. Add some colors, then do a very, very thin, then do a overcoat of Hexwraith, I think, by Citadel. And I was also thinking about doing a year in review of the stuff I've managed to get done. Now, I know that I'm guessing if you're watching this, you found some interest in it, and you are the North Star does this really cool moose mini, and you have to glue on the antlers, and I hope I did it right in hindsight. But they're a little woppy, but they have this weird miniature. He's from the Canada rule set. The undead scarecrow, living scarecrow that they do for North Star, not Stargrave, Silver Bayonet, and the vampires. Now, North Star, I need to dry brush her white, with them both white, I think, to bring out some of the details that I'll be doing. I found a book. Well, you need inspiration every once in a while, and this is probably merits an actual video, but I found a book where they go over Napoleonic clothing and styles and stuff like that. So I have some neat ideas to how to paint these and how to make them look tattered in the painting, not necessarily. And why was I doing that research? Was because of the army deserters. So I had picked up, my wife has gotten me a couple of these. I had picked up this one, Uniforms of the, and it is a really, now you can really see everything. Wonderful book. I'm in the Russian section, but you can see the wonderful details. But now the problem I found with this is they're all in the dress. You don't get the actual everyday type of stuff. So you can't take your civilians and paint them or war torn, but there are some paintings done by painters that lived closer to the era, and which gives you the opportunity to see how things might look at the time for colors. I have 10 of these little Napoleonic goblins, and they're going to be following a similar color scheme as these, but I'm thinking grays and greens. Yeah. And then I also have the bandits that I picked up. I have 10 of those. For some reason, I just thought 10 was a good round number to have. The reading, I finally finished the Pepe's Witch Murders. Yeah. Okay. Um, I'll post a picture of it here, and I'm excited about that. I did read the short story. It's not a short story. It's more of a novella by Brady Sadler. Uh, and it's about a 90-page book, and it's between a couple of his other books. I just got it on a whim. I was listening to their podcast, Twin Tales or something like that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm just a mess here today. I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'm thinking, you know, I'm giving you sort of what things I'll be working on over the next few weeks and days. And I have some other important things to be working on that actually are for family that actually it means something to me. But with when you have little ones, if they find out you're doing something that's like they all of a sudden want to be involved. And I'm okay with that, but I'm not, in the sense that you have to, they can get in and they can accidentally do something that they didn't intend to, but they can cause you some grief by touching or messing or picking up something and breaking it. But that's the nature of kids. And we understand that. I understand that. Something else I've been noticing I've been doing is I've been trying to get 2 or 3 miniatures or five, maybe 10 out and work on just concentrate on that. And that has been helping a little bit in getting some of the stuff done because I almost was tempted to leave these two. So that means I'd be leaving 1, 2, 3, 5 out that weren't finished. But the detail that's going to go in this is different than these two. And the detail in going in this is different from all these. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to mix that up. And I put the goblins away because there are 10 of those. And I will be probably trying to get those done as well. I have been happy with that, the way that's been working. I had wanted to do a flip through play of a game that had sort of the flu hit sort of, or some sort of autumnal crud hit our house, and it's wiped us all out. So these are hassle-free minis, and I did them up to play when nightmares come, and I've had one playthrough of it of 3 turns, and I enjoy it, but it's a hard thing to. I would have to play it more frequently to get it down. Was set up to do a playthrough of it, and it just was not going the direction. So I took everything away, or put everything away, and I'll be doing that at some point. I think it merits more action around it. I think it's a game that really there's more things going on there than people realize. It is not a 5 parsecs from home. It's not a 5 leagues. It's not a county road Z or Forbidden Psalm. It's its own thing, and it's similar in the fact that it has miniature warfare and a small table, and it's totally different than Zona Alpha. And I'll be doing flip throughs of those. There's 3 of the games that he's written that are very similar, maybe 4. Yeah. And it's missing something in my mind, but it's not, and because anyway, that's merits its own view. So I apologize for the little bit of a discourse there, or I don't know, rambling, divergent stuff. The things that are coming out. I noticed that Forbidden Psalm Will, or the author of Forbidden Psalm, Will Rahman, is going to be releasing a new Kickstarter in the spring. Salvage something. Well worth looking at. Now, of course, if I can't remember the name, how the heck can you do that? And if you are a Forbidden Psalm fan, it is a different type of game. And I'm going over what the amount of time. You know what? I'm going to do this in a different video. I'll go over things that I'm excited about for the next year. There's 2 or 3 things, some different rule sets, some different things that I am thinking about, and hopefully get some gameplay. I got in 7 or 8 of Forbidden Psalm this year, and 7 or 8 of Hope is for the Dead. I did a couple games with the kids, and that was pretty fun, but they are kids, and their attention span, if it doesn't have stuff all over the place, it's hard to keep them engaged for more than 1 or 2 plays. And or these kids anyway. I think this is a wrap. I'm just going to, so the week in the review, you've seen what I've accomplished. I got those guys done, and he will be done by the end of the day, and I'll be working on my bears, and he being the wolf. And these were the 5. I had picked up a wireless rotating turntable. Great idea, but I magnetize my minis, and so there's something in it that would catch the magnet, and it was causing all the minis to sort of do that. Well, I don't know if you saw that, and so it was a little bit humorous, but all my guys were going around, and then all of a sudden they were falling off. So yeah, back to the drawing board for that. And I will probably put all the guys that need to be varnished in one location and wait until it's a little bit warmer to varnish. I don't brush varnish. I do have hard coat for lenses, I think. I don't remember. I've seen it, and I know I thought about buying it at some point. So that's what's going on this week. Maybe you saw some other Silver Bayonet stuff. Have not painted or assembled any of the other things, but I have a lot of things that I'm excited about that are coming out or have come out recently that I need to talk about. But that's a different time. And I've taken too much time of your time. I really appreciate you watching. I know this is a little bit all over the place, and I hope you're getting something out of this. I know I am. It keeps me motivated, it keeps me thinking about this stuff and moving forward. And how to balance everything, and you squeeze this in, and I just really want to say thank you. Thank you very much. It is the week of Christmas. If I don't post something else up, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas or Happy Holiday, however you prefer it. Have fun, get close to your family and friends and family. I don't know. There's probably some quirky jokes I can make about that, but I'm going to leave that alone. And thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully you get to game a little bit. Hopefully you get to do something for you and have some great time with friends and family, people that you care about. Let's go there. So spend some time with people that care about you and you care about them. So talk to you later. Have a great one.